You have made it to the end of Fighter Jester, as have I. I'm glad we're here. This was my biggest cosplay project that I ever worked on. It was very overwhelming, and I still can't believe that I made it. It's been like a month and a half, 2 months now since I fully finished it and took photos and stuff, and I'm still in shock that I actually was able to create this outfit myself. Today I wanted to show you how I made my lolly mace, as well as a couple of other odds and ends, as well as show you the finished product, because I'm so proud of this. I will go ahead and let you know, all footage that I will be showing you was filmed either by me or is from MomoCon. I loved what they filmed for me when I did my walk-on for the cosplay contest, and I really just wanted to show it off. But strap in, folks, for the final installment of how I made this monstrous cosplay. The first thing that I did for the mace was create the cupcake at the bottom. I found a 3D file that broke it down into 3 different pieces so I could paint it separately, which was exactly what I wanted. And then I just painted it with acrylic paint, sealed it with acrylic sealer, dremelled a hole into the bottom of the cupcake once everything was assembled with epoxy, and permanently attached it to my PVC pipe that I used. To make sure that the stem of the cherry wouldn't break, I carved a little hole out of it, cut off the stem, and shoved a piece of leather down in there, so this way the little stem is very flexible. It's not going to break off because it's not plastic. For the lollipop portion of the mace itself, I carved out a section in which I could shove a T-joint into the inside of the styrofoam ball that I purchased, and I hot glued it in to make sure it was super duper secure. This way I could remove the PVC pipe for storage and travel and stuff like that. I used leftover pieces of the styrofoam in order to cover kind of where the T-joint was and fill up those gaps, and then just use styrofoam to cover all that. For the spikes, I purchased some simple styrofoam spikes off Amazon, and I hot glued those all over the entire structure. For the entire paint job of the mace, I basically finger painted like a child. I smeared the color all over it with paper towel and then my fingers, and weirdly enough, it worked incredibly well. I then went back after all that and started painting all the spikes, tidied up certain areas, and that was basically it for the mace. I fixed my tail up for this cosplay. It had been a hot minute since I had made it, and my old tail was very just kind of janky looking. So I took out my old foam dowel that I had handmade and put in a very nice brand new Yaya Han foam dowel. Shortened the length of the tail a little bit as well so it could fit the length of the new dowel. Added on a new little tail cuff to cover up the joint where the old dowel was still kind of in there and joined with the new one, so it wasn't quite as obvious. And that was it. I tried a new kind of body paint for this cosplay because I wanted something that would stick really well because of how hot this cosplay made me. I wound up using the Body Color Cosmetics Robin Egg Blue. I really recommend it. As you can see here, it doesn't come off. I wound up leaving this on my arm for about 48 hours. I slept with it just to see what would happen, and it didn't come off. Like even with baby oil and stuff, it didn't come off. After a couple of days, though, I finally caved and scrubbed the crap out of it, and that finally got it off my arm. Well, that's it. We're done. I hope you all have a good day. Oh, there's more video to show? I guess I should show you the rest of the cosplay, shouldn't I? You ready? Thanks for watching, and thank you so much to everyone who came along this journey. This was intense. I've never made a cosplay as quickly as I did this before, at least not to this level and detail and extent. I crammed this in about 3 months, on top of working full-time, running an Etsy shop, and also being a DM for 2 campaigns. So it was a lot. Probably am never going to do that again. I definitely don't like doing anything on a crunch. I have discovered this year that doing anything that is on a time basis is like my least favorite thing to do. So next year is going to be entirely nothing but I make what I want whenever I want. But thank you so much to everyone. As always, let me know if you have questions. Leave them down below in the comments. If you want to see the rest of my pretty pictures, and if you want to see the results of the photo shoot that I did with Honey and Heather photos, those will be on my Instagram and my TikTok. And probably Twitter too, if I remember that Twitter exists. I have a really bad habit with that, but Thank you all, and I hope you all have a great day. See you all next time.